9 player-proof doors for your Minecraft base. You might already know how important it is to protect your base from mobs who are on the lookout for you. But what you may not realize is this: it's also important to protect your base from other players who will be on the lookout for valuables and won't hesitate to steal from you. In this video, we have the best player-proof doors on your Minecraft base. Stay tuned and watch. The zombie gates. Alright, we start off the list with a pretty brutal method of trapping your opponents. This method is infectious, and you're going to need to gather quite a few zombies. Also, if you have a mob that lets you pick up a mob spawner, this could help too. In your house, prepare 2 chambers next to the door that can be opened with a piston-based level circuit. When players enter, they won't bother switching this lever, probably assuming it's a dangerous and tricky trap. Unfortunately, it's the exact opposite, and it's the lever that prevents the trap from getting activated. So your enemy is digging his own grave, sort of, and will end up getting ripped apart by the zombies. The player should have really thought about what he was doing. This trap could technically be used with any type of mob spawner, and will ensure the player has to defend both sides. The Iron Coffin. Alright, the Iron Coffin is really an absolute trap that encases players and makes them wish they never step foot in your home. To make the Iron Coffin, all you'll need are some redstone loops that cause pulses to rapidly switch from on to off. Using this, we can wire up some hidden dispensers with a bunch of tipped arrows. Once the intruder triggers the pressure plate up, the dispensers come in contact with the redstone loop, acting like mini guns that trap the players with no way out. This is a pretty cool trap that you can use to prevent any player from invading and stealing your base. Nether portal. This next entrance trap is really going to confuse the player who dared to invade your base. For this trap, you need to build 1 or 2 nether portals around your house that disconnect each room. This might look confusing, but don't worry, you're not going to be the one scratching your head at the end. Next, go through the nether and make it so various portals appear around the nether. Build some new ones and link them back to the overworld. Create more portals there, and now you've got yourself a portal maze. Watch as pros and nooks try to get through your house, only to be teleported to disorienting positions each time. Also, learn to protect your loot and prank your friends. Slime pad trickery. If your enemies show no sign of giving up, you'll need to pull up some more tricks to stop the pros who manage to break into your house despite the 4 traps we just mentioned. This base is built all the way up in a mountain, but to reach it, you'll need to make a slime bounce pad. Now, you're not making any bounce pad. It needs to be delayed so that a pressure plate can be activated at a distance by you, who can then run on and jump up to your base. This stops players easily activating the bounce pad when they find it, instead needing them to search for the pressure plate. It's a pretty cool trick, and you need to check it out. The Hot Stepper. When all the methods to prevent players from entering your base and stealing your valuables, you need to go out of the way. And yes, remember, sometimes the most unexpected method works the best. In this case, let's make the house look entirely normal. In this case, it's obviously not going to be normal. It's only going to look normal. Tear up your carpet and fill the floor with magma blocks. Then cover the floor back with the carpets. Now, here's a fun fact that you need to know. Magma can still damage you when a carpet is on top of it, meaning any unsuspecting player walking in will get a hot surprise. The only way around this is to use ladders around the walls or get some high-tier armor, but it's still super annoying and will most likely keep the noobs away. Tight squeeze. Who said you need a big space to trap players? Ever heard of claustrophobia? You can trap your opponents in a tight space. To do this, all you need is to carve a 1x1 block tunnel, but add pressure plates to trigger pistons that hold sand, meaning anyone who dares to enter this way will be suffocated and face a horrible demise. The 1x1 rocket. This is a more unconventional use of fire rockets now, but it works nonetheless. Ravines and mountain biomes are quite common, but if you find a river flowing through one of these areas, you've hit the jackpot. Build your house on the side of a mountain, and then build archways over the ravines, rivers, and canyons until you reach a tall launch point. This will be where you equip your weapon. None of your opponents will be able to get there. You'll also need firework rockets to help boost all the way. Otherwise, you'll never make it to the balcony up at the top. The abandoned strip mine. The abandoned strip mine is a method mostly used for finding diamonds, the rarest ore in the overworld, but for this video, we're going to turn that on its head. No one really bothers checking strip mines since all the good ores have been taken away. These mines are also pretty dangerous since they lead to dead ends. The last thing you would expect is to find one in a strip mine, making it more or less player-proof because no one would think to check. Berry bush decay. You can use some of the most basic foliage to take out pros. Doesn't that sound like an awesome idea? Surround your house with those annoying prickly berry bushes. This will weaken anyone approaching close to your place. Next, you need to do the same thing with wither roses for double the effect. Finally, you can add some other surrounding moats like fire, lava, water, and even soul sand. This is one of the easiest methods to prevent any player from breaching your base and stealing your valuables. If they try and pretend like the barriers won't hurt them, they'll be regretting it later. As a beginner, this should be the first thing that you should be doing. The brain tester. Once more, we're going to put these players to the test. Let's try and get them a fair chance to get to you and your base. You have multiple options for your entrance. How about a general knowledge-based question or a collection of random items? Just make it appear like they have a chance, even though neither will lead to anything because your real base is hidden far away. This is a good one if you're looking to play a prank on your friends. The door stopper. Get your redstone loops ready for this one. Prepare your opponents for when they try to open your door. A redstone loop connects. It makes the door open and close rapidly, terrifying your opponents. There's going to be a loud sound, causing your opponent a lot of problems. Make sure you add multiple doors to the mechanism for the most effective surprise. Alright guys, these were some really amazing traps that you need to keep in mind when trying to prevent your friends or opponents from stealing your valuables. There are plenty of other techniques to get the job done. However, in this video, we included the easiest and best methods to save your valuables from getting robbed. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications and updates. Thanks for watching.